Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Michael. The brand new Linux Mint 21.1 version, codenamed Vera, is available as a Christmas present. Sometimes the Linux Mint version around Christmas comes on time, sometimes a little bit late, but it comes. So Linux Mint 21.1 is now available for everyone and comes with some very interesting changes. What these are is what the video is about. Let's give it a start. Linux Mint builds on Ubuntu LTS releases, and for each Ubuntu LTS release comes a major Linux Mint release. Every Linux Mint major release is receiving nearly 5 years long-term support. On top, there are point releases coming every 6 months. In this context, Linux Mint ostensibly updates the X apps and Cinnamon desktop. The Ubuntu LTS base remains unchanged for the point releases. Linux Mint is also available as an alternative Debian-based edition, LMDE for short. The Ubuntu-based edition of Linux Mint comes with 3 desktops, XFCE, Mate, and the in-house Cinnamon desktop, which we take a closer look now. Now let's check out what's new. Fresh look of the Cinnamon desktop with new themes and icon sets. Driver management got improved interface and offline support. debconf support improved, this comforts NVIDIA users with secure boot. New tool to verify ISO files, improved Flatpak integration and the update management tool, and improved web app manager. Let's have a look at the technical facts. As a classic LTS distribution, Linux Mint follows the static versioning of Ubuntu LTS. That means the package statuses are largely frozen and there are mostly security updates. Exceptions are e.g. Cinnamon Desktop, Firefox or Thunderbird. Linux Mint 21.1 is only available for 64-bit hardware. The Debian package is used as the native package format, which is supplemented by Flatpak. The primary package manager is apt. What's the target group of Linux Mint? The potential target group consists primarily of desktop users. This is what Linux Mint focuses on with great success. The distro is ready to go and comes with everything you need on the desktop. So anyone who needs a productive and stable system is at the right address at Linux Mint. My system initially occupied 8.4 GB of the disk. The initial benchmark value in the RAM consumption is around 630 MB. The number of installed packages after the first start is 2142. Let's quickly compare this with Linux Mint 21. Here it was 7.8 GB from the disk and 630 MB of RAM. The package count was 2128. We see higher thresholds for all 3 indicators. Linux Mint 21.1 is currently shipping Cinnamon 5.6.5. Linux Mint 21.1 is once again one of the versions that comes with significant visual innovations. This time, every Linux Mint user will notice something when they start it for the first time. No, the background image was the same, but the symbols look different. Let me show it. Here you got it. The theme is also improved. There are also more legacy themes, as once more time a new theme set debuts at Linux Mint. If the new design is too colorful for you, you can jump back to the previous appearance. Linux Mint now delivers the old Mint X, the subsequent Mint Y, and now the new Mint Y designs. Nobody can complain about that. The new Bibata mouse pointer design is also, let's say, used to it first, but it nestles up quickly so that you can get used to it also quickly. Let me show it to you. Go to Settings and then to Themes. And now here you see the new icon sets. We also had the Yaro sets from Ubuntu. And the previous sets now called legacy sets. So let's check the application themes. If this is something confusion to you, you can also use the welcome assistant. You can find it here. And if you click on Let's Go in the first steps, you have also the color appearances here. And you also have the possibility to switch between day and night mode. So let me show you. If you say, okay, let's take a different color, then you will notice it if you mark this here. And you also notice it at the symbol set itself. Let's take brown gray, orange, or if you prefer dark themes, you can also switch to dark. And now we check the other colors. This one is my favorite. I will switch back to light for now. And this is also a way you can easily switch between color appearances and also between light and dark mode. Vera also comes with an awesome collection of high quality wallpapers. You may get into the problem situation that you can't decide. But don't worry, because if necessary, you can set the background images as a changing slideshow. You can do it here in settings and then click here on slideshow. So, case solved. So, okay. Let's check the pre-installed software. We have Linux kernel 5.15, as browser is Firefox here, email client is Thunderbird, Office package is LibreOffice, and software container is Flatpak. I continue to be very happy with the software stack at Linux Mint. The selection of what they deliver is consistent and helpful in my opinion. I can't complain about that. You will get what you need right away. And what is missing you can install in the software manager, as the App Store of Linux Mint is called. You get everything here that is also available with Ubuntu. But the exception here is that Mint uses Flatpak and Ubuntu uses Snap. So the overall selection is almost the same, but not completely identical. What I have to say is that LibreOffice 7.3 is provided. Here, the end of support is soon reached. Support for this version will end early 2023. I think Ubuntu will soon update the LTS branch with LibreOffice 7.4. If you want to drop this version right now and upgrade immediately to version 7.4, you can integrate the LibreOffice PPA and then perform the upgrade. Linux Mint 21.1 brings some improvements. We have already dealt with what is new on the front end side, or for UI if you want to say so. Time to check the other goodies. The driver manager now works without entering a password. It's not a big deal to enter the password since you probably won't mess around with it every day anyway, but it's a nice improvement at least. To verify an ISO file, open Nemo browser and then navigate to the path where you downloaded the ISO file, and then, whoops, that was wrong, and then right click on the file and then click on verify. And now you can verify the checksum. Implemented simply and cleanly. That's how I like it. The Web App Manager now also handles browsers that are installed as Flatpak. My test with Google Chromium was successful. Unfortunately, that was not possible until now. Good news on that. So if you want to use a different browser, just enter your website name, the address, and then here in browser you have the chance to switch to Google Chromium as Flatpak. Very well. So let's come to my conclusion. Somehow it's hard to find something not positive about Linux Mint 21.1. Well, when I start the update management for the first time, I'm asked, among other things, whether I want to use a local mirror server. If I set during the initial system setup a specific language, I would say this could be a hint for a closer mirror server to select automatically. But hey, that's complaining on a very high level. What is made not optimal with Linux Mint is the LTS kernel. If you're using brand new hardware, you may be facing trouble to run Linux Mint 21.1 with its kernel 5.15. Although a newer kernel is backported from Ubuntu from time to time via the hardware enablement stack, this is currently not the case. System 76 also supplies Pop! OS with a fresh kernel 6. Linux Mint once tried to prevent problems with this with the Edge image with a newer kernel. There is currently also no newer kernel available via the update management because there are no backported kernels from Ubuntu yet. This is not a problem with Linux Mint 21.1 specially, but with Linux Mint or Ubuntu in general. Don't get me wrong, Linux Mint 21.1 is a solid version that finally brings significant changes and set new impulses. It looks fresh, modernizes Cinnamon, brings minor tweaks here and there. What more could you ask from a point release? Actually, nothing. So I'm very happy with it and can recommend it with a clear conscience. If you are currently using Linux Mint 21, here's the next level for you. If you are still using version 20, the Appreciate target version will now be served with the first point release. But before the Christmas vacation is wasted, you may have to wait another 2 to 3 weeks until the upgrade. It can still happen that smaller things after release want to be discovered and also solved. So a little patience might be worth it. Before this video comes to an end, it's your turn. What are your thoughts about Linux Mint 21.1? When will you switch from 21 or 20 series? Feel free to write your opinion about it in the comments. If you like this video and if you want to stay tuned to more videos from me, then now it's the right time for a free channel subscription. Thanks for that in advance. Thank you very much for the kind attention. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Enjoy your holidays and also enjoy Linux Mint 21.1. Take care and see you next time. Peace.